I already paid the full amount that he was asking for the truck, and he finally told us that we needed to take it to the sheriff.
We were told that there was two VIN numbers associated with the same vehicle.
Well, you're being accused of fraud here.
My cousin decides that she wants to hook me up. I end up finding out from everybody else except for you that he's a pimp.
So let me tell you something about the little boyfriend that she's so heartbroken about.
Not a boyfriend.
So I introduced her. It's not my fault.
Plaintiff Rebecca Quintanilla is suing the defendant for $5,000 for selling her a stolen truck. Defendant, Abraham Murguia, claims he owned the car for over a decade with no problems. He says he owes her nothing.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jerry Springer now presiding. How you doing, Judge?
Good, Najee. How are you?
Doing well. Got
Great.
case 15 on the docket.
Welcome to both of you. Miss Quintanilla?
Yes.
You are suing the defendant, Mr. Murguia, in the amount of $5,000 for reimbursement of a car.
Yes, sir.
Tell me your story.
Me and my husband have 3 children.
Yes.
And we went online on an app called OfferUp, where we found the defendant selling Quintanilla. We contacted him and asked him if we
Do we have a picture
We have
of
the
that?
pictures here,
Yeah,
yes,
if I
sorry.
may see that. Very nice. Okay.
So we asked the defendant if we can meet him and check the car out, drive the car, make sure everything, you know,
So
was
you went
feeding
for a
to our
test
family.
drive?
Yes, sir. We liked it. The car drove really good. We asked the defendant if we could give him partial payments.
Yes.
We gave him $4,000 down, and if we can do a monthly plan after that.
Okay.
He agreed. He gave me the bill of sale, this, which is here. After having the truck for a few months, I asked my husband to ask the defendant if he could switch the title over so I can legally have paperwork.
Actually, when you purchase, I'm sorry to interrupt, but actually when you purchase a car, you don't get the title until you finish pay off the loan or whatever, you know, whatever.
That's not true because
that you have,
Okay,
right?
hold on.
So that was my
Your
approach.
understanding was that when it was paid off, then she would
Then
get
you
the
can
title.
get the title, right?
the title will still be will be in my name, but in the bottom of the title will say after I
There's
finish
still a
paying,
lien
then
on
it will
yeah.
be.
Okay, so go ahead. And anyway, you wanted then to get the title.
He kept putting my husband off and say the exact same story he just told you. What he decided to do was give us paper plates.
Because the reason I gave him paper plates is because we were just kind of, I was waiting to get the inspection, the truck inspected by an officer because at court we were told that there was 2 VIN numbers associated with the same vehicle.
Whoa, okay. When you needed to fix all that up, you take it in and you find out that there are 2 vehicle...
I wanted to give them a new inspection sticker the legal way. I went to the courthouse and the clerks there told me that there's a hold on your account or on your vehicle. We cannot provide you any title information, any copies of titles, any registration until you take this vehicle and get it inspected with the auto theft sheriff who can inspect it, and then they can report back to us. So in the meantime, I provided them with paper plates just to.
Okay.
In the meantime.
The meantime was months. Okay, he decided to take the appointment with the sheriff when I only had a month to pay him. So I already paid the full amount that he was asking for the truck, and he finally decided that he finally told us that we needed to take it to a sheriff's office to get it inspected. So I took it, he went also, and the sheriff told me that I could not leave with the truck and it needed to be inspected because the VIN number was scratched off from the windshield, and that VIN number was registered to a car in California.
How long did you have the truck?
Oh, I had it for 14 years.
And you bought the truck
I bought
where?
it from a certified dealership.
Okay, so you bought it. I'm not accusing you of any criminality here or fraud.
He
or
had the
criminal.
car for 14 years. How is he not going to know that
Well,
it's stolen?
My story is I purchased this truck in 2004. I had my mother co-sign for me. I was around 23, 24 at that time. I have bank statements and invoices coming from the bank institution who gave us a loan, and these go back to 2007, 2010. So I paid it off as just as a normal person would, get a loan and pay it off in time. I never was late. We got the lien release as well from the bank institution.
The car was never, unbeknownst to you, legally yours because the company you bought it from, it wasn't legally theirs. They sold you a truck 14 years ago
Right.
that you legitimately paid for, but
Right.
they sold you a truck that they didn't have the right to sell it
Exactly.
to you for because they didn't have the proper paperwork.
I agree.
You didn't know that.
I
I believe
agree.
that. If you had the truck for 14 years, you used it, you paid
I paid it
money.
off, right.
You paid off. You
I have
paid off.
I have the
Let me see that.
the lien
You
lien
paid off
release.
the truck.
I have
I
the
get
lien
it.
release. The bank. I have the bank. What do you call?
He has
Everything
bank
you
loan.
did was legal, but it still wasn't yours. You innocently sold it to the plaintiff. The plaintiff innocently pays for the truck, and now the truck is taken away from you,
It
right?
was taken from me from
Be-
the sheriff.
Because it doesn't
stolen.
legally belong to either of you.
Exactly.
With all this paperwork, paying for the car, getting approval by the bank, getting documents, there is every reason to believe that for 14 years, this being the family car, using the car, having all the paperwork, he didn't know that there was anything wrong with the paper. So I believe that. But having said all that, you're not being accused of fraud here.
Okay.
But I also believe you're totally innocent as well. And you shouldn't be able to profit, to make money on a car that is not legally yours. You did nothing wrong, but you shouldn't be able to profit out of this. And therefore, she is entitled to her money back. You didn't get screwed here. You had a car for 14 years, paid for it, nice use for it. I'm not going to let you profit from this. So I fined for the plaintiff for $5,000.
I feel happy. I mean, I can finally, try to get a car out of the dealership now so I can get my own. He might, might be telling the truth, but I do believe that he did know before, the months that we had the car.
I don't agree with the judge's verdict, but I believe that the plaintiff deserves a second chance to get a vehicle. I didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. I just feel like the system did not do anything good for us when the truck was taken away from us. So.
Plaintiff Tamia Dakinah claims her cousin conned her out of her hard-earned money twice. She's suing for $1,600 for an unpaid loan. Defendant Janelle Woiwor claims the plaintiff told her to keep the money, and that's exactly what she did. She says she owes her nothing.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
This is case number 174 on the docket, Dakinah versus Woiwor.
And welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
We have here the plaintiff, Ms. Dakinah.
Yes.
Yes, and you are suing your cousin, Ms. Woiwor, for $1,600 for an unpaid loan.
That is
Tell
correct.
me your story.
So I'm here today suing my cousin, Janelle, for $1,600 that she basically swindled me out of.
You're saying you loaned her the money.
She actually swindled me twice, okay? She decides that she wants to hook me up with this guy, one of her friends. And this is my longtime cousin, okay? We grew up together, we
Yeah.
went on trips together, concerts, hung out all of our lives. I've known her my entire life, okay? So she says she wants to hook me up with one of her friends, okay? He's interested in me, seen pictures, things like that. And I'm like, okay, let's see,
I don't like when
what
she
he's
used the word
about.
swindle.
Okay, swindle,
Swindle is
steal,
not accurate.
scam, whatever
But go
it
ahead,
is.
proceed.
all
Be
three.
real when you talk.
She's supposed to be his manager. He's supposed to be an artist, okay? So he asked me if I can go on a trip with him, okay? So I'm like, all right, yeah, sounds cool. He's like, Janelle's not coming on the trip. She's supposed to be my manager. Can you look up some flights, or not flights, but rental cars and hotels for the trip? I said, okay, cool. Looked up the trips, or the things for the trip. She ends up last minute saying, hey, she's gonna come on the trip. Mind you, this is her friend. I don't know him very well, but I've taken her
And
word
you
for
jumped
it.
in and wanted to go because you fell for him
She
and you liked
vouched
him.
for him. So basically, I end up paying for the entire trip for him and 5 of his friends.
She's heard about this. This is exactly why we're here.
I'm upset because she hooked me up
Exactly
with a
why
guy
we're
that she
here.
knew was a scammer, okay?
Oh,
she knew he was
so
a
you
scammer
wound
as
up
her
paying for
friend.
him.
I end up paying for everybody on the
And
trip.
I didn't even know that.
And not only that, she hooked me up with a guy that's a pimp. I end up finding out from everybody else except for you that he's a pimp. Why do I have to find out from everybody else?
Okay.
Don't worry about why
Wait
we
a
here,
second.
though. You so hurt.
Okay.
So let me tell you something about
Yeah.
the little boyfriend that she's so heartbroken about.
Not a
So
boyfriend,
I
a
introduced
scammer.
her. It's
And
not
a
my
pimp.
fault that she tricked off her money. That's not my fault. I even had to call him and be like, hey, give my cousin her money back. She's getting him rental cars. She's doing all this stuff that I didn't
Not
even know.
doing that.
That's
He
her
swindled
fault.
me out
Never
of all
mind.
of that
One
stuff.
day maybe
She
that'll be a
blames me for
lawsuit.
it. That's why we're here. That's anger.
So
Pimp
that
and
was the first
the
thing.
pimp and the scammer aren't here.
That's fine, but that's her friend. So that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. She's a scammer. If she's hanging out with scammers, she's a scammer herself.
Okay, get to the point of when you borrowed it, 'cause
You are suing her for $1,600.
Yep, so that was the $100,
Tell me in a
right?
sentence
Okay.
why you think she owes you
So
$1,600.
the day we come back from the trip.
Never mind the trip. Why are you suing her for $1,600?
Okay, she calls me crying saying, hey, my landlord just served me an eviction notice. I have to be out of my house by the end of the month. Mind you, it's the 22nd of the month. At the end of the month, I'm pretty sure it's a couple of days.
Yes.
So she goes on a trip without paying her bills and comes back buying crab legs, having a great time shopping, but you forgot to pay your bills.
Baby, it's
okay?
almost gonna be
So
my
she
time.
asked me, okay, so I'm like on the phone with her, I'm like, don't worry, you're gonna find a new job, everything's gonna work out. Ended up helping her find a new job.
Okay.
Helping
Never.
her through all
Never.
her hardship and everything,
Don't ever take
right?
credit about my
she
hustle.
asked
Never.
me to
About my
loan her
hustle.
to pay her rent.
That's
right?
accurate.
Okay, finally.
Boom, you got to the point, right? All the extra.
Okay,
no,
hold
that's
on.
right.
Hold
But
on.
she's a scammer, just like her scammer friend. Right? Couple friends
And
fly together.
don't forget the pimp. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Jerry, you
That
so
too.
silly.
Yeah.
That too, all the above.
Okay. She asked for $1,600 to help bail her out of this.
Not just that, she asked me for the money for her rent, okay?
And that's the $1,600 you're suing for, right?
Basically, that, she also asked me for another $200 to help pay for groceries and other little things after I gave her the money for her
After
rent.
you gave her what, $1,400?
the $1,400 for the rent.
Oh, so it's $1,400 for rent plus $200 for the
Plus the
groceries.
$100 that I gave her for her nails and her hair for the trip. So I'm basically
that would come to
mama bear.
$1,700. You sued her for $1,600.
Exactly.
Apparently you
But
got
not only
$100.
that,
We know
she
now.
Okay, you
told
sued
me
her
that
for
she was going to
60
pay me my money back
Okay,
when she
now.
got her 401k.
So why do you think you don't owe her that money?
Okay.
Just that. Tell
But
me.
Jerry, I got something to say too.
I want to hear it
That's all
because I
lies.
know.
Please, you want me to talk. You
Scammer.
do.
Okay, let her talk now. Let her
Yep.
talk.
Yeah.
Your family, you gave me the money 2 months ago.
But you
know
hooked
what I
me
mean?
up with a scammer.
So at the same time, at
You
the
knew
same
he was a
time,
scammer, and you
sweetheart,
didn't-
In a
Friend?
simple sentence with no comments, a simple sentence, tell me why you believe you don't have to pay her back the $1,600 or $1,700 she loaned you.
Oh, I'd rather show you.
Okay, show me. Okay. You are saying then that I don't have to, Judge Jerry, I don't have to pay back the $1,600 or $1,700 because of these emails. I will now read the emails. She is saying, I don't give a damn about how your feeling and temperament is at zero. Get your blank together because I'm here for the bull blank. You can keep the money. Oh, you say you can keep the money broke. It rhymes with which. And then you say, laugh out loud, K.
Good job.
You did a good job. Look at you.
All right. You're saying that the reason you don't have to pay her back is because she has forgiven you for the loan.
I don't know about
No,
forgiving, but
not
she
But
said
no,
that.
but she says
I
that.
need my money,
Man.
period.
I know.
Broke people don't got no money.
Okay.
Honey, you
Okay?
used to
All right.
strip and live with a lot of
Okay.
people.
I got receipts too.
Okay, let me see that.
So in this is after I figured, okay, I'm not gonna keep dealing with ignorant broke people because she decided she wanted to block me and change her phone number and not pay my money.
You
okay?
blocked me, girl. You know
I
you
didn't
blocked me on
block
social
you.
media because
I
you
didn't
was in your
block you.
feelings.
She
I
changed
don't
her
block
number
people.
3 times.
Quit
So
lying. You're so
anyway,
fake.
she decided to block me.
Okay.
So I said, you know what, our friend?
No, but guess what?
You are
I'm
not
sorry.
You do it
back
again,
and
you're
forth.
out of here. The case is over. Got it?
Speak
the
directly
case
to the
is
judge.
Okay, cool.
over. I'll tell you, I got an idea. How about the next person that talks loses the case? I read your emails. I'm going to read yours, okay? So you're saying, girl, the blank is up. They only given me $1,707 back. Going to have to
Excuses.
pay you with every check in installments. Oh, Okay. So you are indicating that you do have to keep paying her. I hate this because I know what you're trying to do, and then Q, and then hear this. I'm mad as blank my first day working too. I'll get you paid though if I have to sell my. Oh man.
That's my sense of humor.
Exactly.
That's my sense of humor. And she knows
Wait
me.
a
I
second.
never had to strip for money and do all the other stuff. Girl,
Okay.
bye.
I get you the money. I got you, baby.
Everybody knows.
I'm mad as blank my first day working. I'll get you paid though if I have to sell my.
So.
No, it's a cat.
It's a kitty cat. As a joke, that's my personality.
Can I add one more thing, though?
One more thing,
And me too. She's been adding a lot.
Pay me out
First
of her
her,
401k.
then you, and then I decide.
Okay.
I gave her the money under the agreement she was going to pay me when she got her 401k. She lost her job, right?
Yes.
She got the money and then decided to block me and think that she's going to avoid me and not pay me my money.
And
I
now
never
your
blocked-
last statement.
Yep, I never blocked her. That she needs to stop lying. I never blocked her or dodged her. Me and her were talking up until the day we
No,
got into an
I haven't
argument.
talked to her for 2
We
months.
got into an argument. She's lying. She blocked me, but we got into an argument. And this is why we're here. Also, besides her being heartbroken about
Okay.
my homeboy, but the thing is that
A little
she basically was talking about me. So I hit her up. We were fine. We were talking about her graduation. This was a month after the money. We
Okay.
were
Cussed
talking.
me out on my graduation.
She
All right.
got mad at me about my homeboy, and then said that in the
About your
text.
scammer
She
friend.
paused her own payback. Not my fault.
Okay, now there is no question that she loaned you the money. No question. The only question is whether or not she decided to say to you, you don't have to pay me back anymore. In other words, legally grant forgiveness in the loan.
No.
To forgive the loan means you don't have to pay back. Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this email where you use that
Broke
keep the
bitch.
money broke, whatever.
Because
Okay.
I'm suing you.
Okay.
I'll get the money a different way.
The literal translation of it would mean, oh, I don't have to pay it back. However, when you are admittedly and obviously in a verbal fight with each other over texting back and forth with all kinds of language and whatever, saying things to each other, when you're in a fight, people say things. For example, if you tell someone, go to hell, you don't really mean that they should get to the airport, buy a ticket to hell, and then take a flight there.
Yep, I
all
get
right?
that.
It's an expression. So that statement she made to you in the text can't be interpreted any other way than you guys are fighting and she's just saying, keep the money. There has to be in the same temperament, the same seriousness in canceling it. That's
Agreed.
not the case here. She gave you a serious loan when she gave it. She was being sincere. When she was screaming at you, oh, keep the money, whatever that wasn't a serious sit down, how do we handle this? Based on that, I am finding for the plaintiff $1,600.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you.
Now I
Thank
can
you,
cut her out my
George.
life. I
Thank
hate
you,
her.
George.
She's the fakest
Get
female
rid
in
of
the world.
broke
But yeah,
people
give it
and
to her, baby.
scam
My life is
artists.
bomb. All
Nobody.
money in, honey.
I'm still
All
gonna
money
be
in.
successful.
I'm still doing
I'm
bomb. My
opening my
daughter's bomb.
business,
My
and
life
you're
is
still gonna
doing
be a
good.
broke ass
You're still gonna be a
bitch.
heartbroken.
I got my money, okay? Never gonna bail her out of jail. Never gonna come and help her, okay? Your superwoman is over with. It's over, okay?
Thanks for watching. Now please approach the bench. The way I look at it, you have two options here. Option A, watch more Judge Jerry. Option B, watch more Jerry Springer. The choice is yours. Now get out of my courtroom. You have more clips to watch. And don't forget to subscribe.